Hi, we're starting with the tutorial part 4, which is going over adding images to your site, some of which we've gone over in um, previous tutorials, but we're going to get more into depth today a little bit, okay, with this tutorial. Okay, so, as a rule for web pages, the resolution for artwork, you should know this already, but I'm just going to give you a review here, 72 dpi. dpi means dots per inch. The colors should be RGB, which means red, green, blue. It should never be CMYK. CMYK is used for print. And image formats good for the web are GIF files, JPEG files, and PNG files. Okay, so we're going to go to the About page. We're going to drop in an image called meetkevin.png through File Place. So again, we go to the About page, so double click on your About page. We're going to do File, Place, and we are going to drop in the Meet Kevin JPEG. We're going to navigate again to our art folder. Meet Kevin JPEG gives you a little preview of what it looks like. Hit open, click your place gun, and you're going to see your image of Kevin drinking coffee. Okay. We're going to place the image near the top of the third column. Okay. So we're going to do this. I think I'm going to adjust my text also where it says photo by Karen Coffee. And adjust that to the right a little bit so it's not being covered by the art we just dropped in. Okay, so this is where we should be at this point. Okay, now I'm going to go to the home page and I am going to drop in some artwork on the home page. So I'm going to go to my plan mode, double click on my home page, and then what the artwork is going to look like, it's like this, it looks like a ribbon image. It says Daily Drip. So what we're going to do is we're going to be placing a Photoshop file. Okay, so this is how we're going to do. We're going to do File, Place again. File, pull down to Place. Navigate to your artwork that says, let's see, it is a Photoshop file. So the ending is PSD. Let's see, what is it called again? Daily Drip. Okay. It is not in this folder. Let me see where I put the artwork here. Part 2 artwork. Nope. Part 2 files. Okay, I may need to give you this one. Nope. Hopefully you have it in yours. Okay. Okay, this is a file I think I'm going to have to give you. Some new artwork. Hopefully I have it uploaded already. Okay, it is called there's a Photoshop file, as I mentioned. Looking for the artwork. I apologize. Daily Drip. Okay, so it's called dailydrip.psd. It is a Photoshop file. I'm going to click open. So when I drop in a Photoshop file this way, it's going to ask me what layer do I want to import. Okay, I'm going to click import layer and click on banner text and place the image. Okay, so I'm going to click import layer, banner text, and I'm going to hit OK. And then I can click my place gun and it drops that artwork in. So again, it will give you the option of the different layers in Photoshop, and that's what that's really doing. Okay, you can place that on the top left. Again, I apologize, and this is artwork that I need to give to you. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the About page and click on the Meet Kevin JPEG image. So I'm going to go back to my About page and click on the artwork that we dropped in Kevin. Okay. Okay, so I want to just show you a few things, how to increase, decrease, some of which you should know already, and cropping an image in Muse. So if you click on the edges, you should be able to increase. You see these little corner tabs? You could increase the size. If you pull it smaller, you can decrease. It'll give you the percentage. See, I'm at 105 right now, 118, 161, or I can make it really tiny. So choice is yours. You can make it a little bigger. Okay. So if you want, you can fit the content proportionately. So if we click on the image and okay, click on the image, pull down. Okay, so if I click on the image and I click object, fitting, fit content proportionately. Whoops. Fit frame proportionately. It's actually proportionate right now. But if I brought out my, whoops. So I can do the same thing by right clicking also. If I had a box that was wider, right now it's, let's see. Excuse me. Okay, I guess I can't really show you right now because it's fitting proportionately. But if you had a box that was wider and you wanted to make sure it was proportionate to the real size of the image, that's how you would do it. Right click it. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we don't have that at this point. Okay, so the crop tool. Okay, so if I click on my image again, and in the second tool down, my toolbar is a crop tool. If I click on the crop, and then I pull by the edges, I can crop my image however I want. I want to crop it this way. Muse does it very easily for us. Whoops. Just have to click on the corners. See how it crops it for you? You can always crop it back. Okay. And there you go. So it's very easy to crop in Muse. Just make sure you click out of the crop tool and you won't be cropping anymore. Okay. Actually, at this point, we can look at that fitting again. Fill frame proportionately, and you see how it filled it proportionately. Or you see how it gives me a little more space in this box. If I wanted to fit content proportionately, it'll take my content and just center it and fill it in that box, the entire image. So that's really what that does. Okay, so locking and grouping objects. Okay, so I just want you to know how to do this. So I'm going to move my my label over closer to the image. I'm going to move my image over a little bit. So what I want to do, sometimes you might want to lock an image if you wanted to make sure that you never touch it, it always stays in the same place. And grouping is if you want one or more objects to stay together. So no matter what you do, you want these two images to always stay together in that same spot. So if you click on the picture of Kevin and you right click, you can pull down to lock and it'll always leave that. If you try to drag it around, it's not going to move. See how I try to click it? Okay. If you want to be able to click it again, you can right click and unlock all on page and it'll unlock it. See that? Now it allows me to move it. So once it's in the lock position, you cannot move it, but you can always unlock it. The only other thing I wanted to show you is if you have one or two objects grouped together. So if I click on my text and then I shift click my image as well, and then I can right click both of them, I could pull down to group and all of a sudden they both move together. See how they're one in one group. That's the only reason why I would use a group. Okay, group function is really good when you need it. Okay, I would leave your two objects grouped. Okay, so now I'm going to take my grouped objects, I'm going to bring them down a little bit, and then I'm going to drop some artwork in the corner. It says our founder in a little flag image. So I'm going to do, again, a file place, file, pull down to place, our founder ping file, open, click with my place gun, and see how it's this flag type image. So what I'm going to show you how to do is rotate. Okay, so there's a few ways. You can either go window transform. Actually, I would do window transform just to look anyway. So let's do window pull down transform, and you're going to be able to see your image and the proportions of where it is. The X and Y is, the X is how far over to the right on the page horizontally, and the Y is the vertical drop. And then you're going to see below that the angle, the percentage, the rotation angle. So that's really what we're going to affect right now. So if you click on the edge, this is one of those pull handles on the edge, you'll see you can make it larger and smaller, as we know. But if you pull out a little bit further, you're going to see a arrow that's sort of in a circle. You can, at that point, you can turn it to the right and to the left, and it will rotate your image. Okay, if I turn it up, it's going to go to the right, and that's really what I wanted. And you'll notice in the transform panel, you'll see I'm at -129 right now. I'm going to put it at like -22, and then I'm going to put it up in the corner because this is what our tutorial is calling for. And that's sort of the placement of this image. So it really should be put over here. So they're basically saying this is the founder, Kevin, for Kevin's Coffee Cart. And it's just a little artwork that's going on the edge of the image. Okay. So if you wanted to adjust that again, you could always click on it, pull a little outside. I might pull it over here. You could always click on it again and rotate it again, rotate it the other way. It'll always allow you to rotate it like that. Okay. If you wanted to manually change it with the numbers, you could do that also by clicking on the transform panel. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go to the About page, which we should be here already. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop some artwork within our text. So we're going to drop a file called Coffee Beans JPEG, and it's going to look a little bit like this in my PowerPoint that I'm showing you. And then we're going to wrap the text. So first we're going to do File Place Coffee Beans JPEG. So I'm going to actually close out my transform panel. I'm going to do File, Place, Coffee Beans JPEG, open, and I'm going to click it with my place gun. Okay, so now I have an image. It's on top of my text right now. So what I am going to do is I'm going to drop it within my text. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on my image. I'm going to do Edit, Cut, to drop down to Cut. Then I'm going to click on my T tool, my text tool. I'm going to click in the actual text next to the K, and then I'm going to do Edit, Paste. And you're going to notice that that artwork is placed right within the text line of my actual text. So I'm going to stop this tutorial at this point, and I'm going to pick up at 4.2, tutorial 4.2 for the next portion. Good job.